Hello, welcome back to Pastamore, Pasta with Love. I'm Chef Joe Mele, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to change gears a little bit. We're going to do a little bit of fun food. We're not going to go into the serious traditional Italian pasta thing. We're going to do something what's called fusion. That is taking the cultures, the ingredients, the style of cooking of one cuisine, and then marrying it with another. In this case, we're going to do Italian nachos or pasta nachos. So the fusion comes in where we're taking a Mexican or Tex-Mex style of cooking. Everybody knows nachos, of course, but this time we're going to switch it around and we're going to add Italian ingredients. Again, pasta being the star. Okay, so we all are familiar with taco chips or nacho chips that we use to make the base for our Mexican nachos. However, this being Pastamore, we're going to take that old familiar pasta sheet, that's folia, and these are going to be our chips. This is going to be the base to provide for our Italian nachos. Okay, so instead of going through the whole process that we already know, all right, how to roll out the pasta, how to make the pasta, we have our sheet. Okay, so what I need to do is to take this and I'm just going to cut it right down the middle, right? Because I want strips that are about, maybe 2 inches wide, okay? And I'm going to put them on the board and then I'm just going to make triangles out of them, back and forth. So this is going to resemble our pasta chips, okay? So I've got a couple sheets here, all right? You can see they resemble taco chips or nacho chips. Now, what I do have ready to go is my hot oil. So what, you can bake these if you wanted to, get a little more nutrition, but we're talking nachos here, all right? So really not high on the nutrition scale today. So we have rolled out our pasta as thin as we would normally for pasta, because we want a nice crisp thin chip. All right, we have our oil that is hot, just regular canola or vegetable oil heating up. All right, and we have to do a test cook first just to make sure that our oil is hot enough, because what we want to happen as soon as we put it in, we want it to start frying. We don't want it to sit there and get saturated in the oil. All right, so I'm going to take a piece, I'm going to hold that in there. Let it go, it's bubbling, perfect. All right, so what we're looking for here, okay, is to take maybe about 3 or 4 of these at a time, and look how they puff when it hits the hot oil. They take on a really, really cool characteristic. They bubble, they blister, they turn lightly brown, okay? So I'm gonna help that along a little bit. I'm just gonna what we call like the swimming method. Just keep them moving in the oil. And they don't take very long, okay? And they are very fragile, okay? They're very fragile, very delicate. If you have a deep fryer, even better, but we're looking at about 350, 360 degrees is for your heat of your oil. Okay, and then I'm just going to remove them right to a bowl, and I'll tell you what we're going to do with those in just a second. I want to get all these, and again you can see they're bubbling right up, blistering nicely. Really, really cool look to our pasta, right? Something totally different than we've ever done before with pasta. This is not about serious food today, guys. This is about fun, okay? The traditions, we let go a little bit. This being the fall, obviously, September, October, and many of you go to football games, you tailgate, you have parties. What a perfect tailgate item this would be to bring to your next function, okay? It's fun food. It serves a lot of people. It's inexpensive. It's creative. You might, become the star of your own show there. All right, so these have lightly browned. We're gonna take those out. We're gonna cook the rest of these. So, this part of the process, at the point we're at right now, is everything else is ready, okay, except for our chips. So, to stand there and make a whole batch of pasta and turn them into pasta chips, it's a rather long process, okay? The thing to remember about this is give yourself plenty of time up front, because we have a lot of mise en place to do. All right, those of you that remember what mise en place is, it's everything that's placed, everything ready to go to make a particular dish. So, I'm going to get my chips out of the oil last time. And I have them lined with a paper towel and a bowl. And what I'm going to do next, okay, is a very important step, because you want to take that bowl of your chips, and while it's still warm, you want to hit it with some Parmesan and a little bit of granulated garlic, okay? And just shake it around so they all, when that's warm, the cheese clings to the chips, the garlic clings to the chips. Now you flavor the chips all the way through. Remember, it's all about flavoring, creating levels of flavor all the way through. So I didn't add any salt, first of all, because of the Parmesan. And second of all, because of all the ingredients that are going in here, a lot of those could be a little on the salty side, so we don't need to add salt to the chips as well. All right, so now we've got our chips seasoned, right, crisp, ready to go. Let's talk about our toppings, all right? And there's no hard and fast rule about what goes in Italian nachos. Obviously, there isn't even a dish called Italian nachos, so there's nobody telling you you're right or wrong. All right, it's all about having fun. I decided to use ingredients that I like. Italian sausage, obviously pre-cooked, crumbled, okay? Fresh tomatoes that I chopped, sauteed a little garlic, a little olive oil, some basil, done. I have some cannellini beans, which are white kidney beans, with the juice in the can. Right? So a lot of times we have nachos that have pinto beans or black beans. We're going to go the Italian spin, so I use some cannellinis, and I'm just going to lightly mash them. Okay, with a potato masher, you could use a fork. Okay, this is just going to make it a little bit rustic, and when we go to layer our nachos, we're going to add some beans to there, so nobody can say we don't have a little bit of a nutritional aspect going on here. Okay, so I don't want it totally pureed. I just want to rustically get them cut up. Okay. I have some scallions for some flavor, some color. Sliced pepperoni we put on pizza. One of my favorites. Banana peppers. Okay. So mildly spicy, a little tangy. Mozzarella. Okay. Italian cured olives. All right, we're going to take these. So that's why, again, while I said watch the salt, because a lot of these ingredients could be a little bit on the salty side. Okay, so and like I said, if you've got leftover chicken, if you've got let's say one day you made sausage and peppers and had a bunch left over, take that, cut it up, put it in your knot. Whatever you have around you want to utilize, then go for it. Just make sure you want to have a good balance between meat, vegetables, cheese, flavors, textures, all that coming together to make a well-balanced nacho. Okay? All right, so where do we go from here? I say we start building. Okay? So get a dish. Obviously that's oven proof. I believe this one is. We'll find out in a minute. So I'm going to we're going to start layering here, okay? So be very careful with your chips, all right? Now I've done these obviously before, because this is a little labor intensive on the front side. You can do all this preparation like the day before, have your chips made last minute for your party or your get together, then you can start building, okay? So we're going to put a layer of chips on the bottom, okay? And then little by little, we're going to sprinkle a little bit of everything. Okay? We go with our sausage, crumble. Just get a nice balance. Okay, I got some of my tomatoes here, my pomodoro, nicely freshly cooked. Okay. I'm going to stir up my beans a little bit. I'm going to put some of my white cannellini beans. And if you wanted to, you could take a little olive oil, some rosemary, some garlic in with these and flavor these separately as well. For this time I just left them plain because of all the other flavors I got going on in here. Alright, we'll do a little bit of green in here. Already it's starting to look good. Let's get some more protein in here. Get some pepperoni. I'm going to go in with some olives that I'm just going to like pull apart, okay, break up a little bit. Now I got to get my banana peppers. I love these guys. Okay, mozzarella. This is going to be amazing. Now we're going back in with some more chips. Okay. And believe me, this makes a lot, okay? So once you have all your ingredients, oh, it doesn't look like very much. Well, you know what? Start layering it, and then you tell me. All right, so again, I'm going back with some more sausage. All right, I'm gonna continue again, pomodoro. This would be the deluxe model right here, okay? A little more of my cannellinis. And more green. More protein. Oh. Like I said, there's no really classy. We're not talking about presentation here. Well, we are talking presentation because it's going to look great when we're all said and done. But we're not talking, classically presented, properly garnished, etc., etc. It's all good. This is all about. Oops, my olives again. And a little more formaggio. And then what we're going to do, this goes in the oven, under the broiler. Okay, a così. Then I have a little bit of something to finish this with. I like a little more sausage on here. All right, so now this is before, right? I'm going in the oven. Under the broiler, and then when it comes out, I have this beautiful, okay, I made an Asiago cream sauce or cheese sauce. Basically I took some heavy cream, reduced it down, added some salt, black pepper, folded in the Asiago till it melted. This is going to get drizzled right over the top, maybe put a little bit on the side for more dipping. I mean, it's decadent, guys, it really is. And look how quick. Okay, we're not talking tons of time today. We're talking a quick video here, a fun thing to do on a weekend when you got plenty of time to make all this prep. And we're talking about utilizing all the ingredients that you have available. All right. So we're going to check on those. All right, they're under the broiler melting. Oh, bellissima. Not quite done. Okay. Now, these chips, you can also do and just have as a snack. You don't have to have nachos for it. You can just make fresh pasta, especially if you're making pasta one day and you got a lot of trimmings left over. Right? You don't know what to do with it. Yeah, just fry them up, season them, and then you've got a quick tasty snack. You can make a dip out of the cannellini beans, almost like a hummus, like an Italian hummus, using, like I said, garlic, rosemary, puree it up, olive oil, and then just serve your chips with the dip. Right? Just whatever moves you at that point. All right, let's take a look again. See if our nachos are melted. Oh, they're looking beautiful. One thing you got to remember: if you have exposed chips under the broiler, they could tend to burn. So you may want to make sure that while you're toasting these or you're melting the cheese, that none of your chips start getting black and burn. You'll know by the smell. It'll tell you way ahead of time. All right, so our cheese is nicely melted. Okay, everything looks gorgeous right now. I didn't get too many little burn spots here. I'm just going to take and I'm going to drizzle over now. This is the what do they call it? Pièce de résistance in French. We're going to drizzle over a little Asiago cheese sauce. Okay, finish it with a little more green up on top. And delissima. So, I don't know about you. I need a nice gooey nacho here. Oh, it's got a little bit of everything. Well, I think the TV's calling me. The game's about to start. This is all mine. You go make your own. Okay, until next time, ciao ciao, buon appetito.